Hello everybody and welcome to my Project Life Thursday video. This is quite a different way to open up this video. Welcome to my studio here. You're seeing that behind me, and I have not had a video for Project Life Thursdays in a couple weeks, and that is because of the video I'm about to show you. So I'm going to do a voiceover and I'm going to show you how I order my photos. So from the beginning of the process where I go into my camera roll, I figure out what photos I need, I upload them, I do the editing, I use the Project Life app. This is a video that I've been wanting to film for a couple weeks, and it seemed very overwhelming to me to figure out how to film it because it's a process that I go through. The other thing that has happened is I am 2 months behind, well, 3 now, because we're at the end of August. So I have not done anything for June, July, or August, and that is... it's not normal for me to get so far behind. It feels really far behind. But also on the flip side of that, I really want to encourage you that it's not really that far behind. I can get pretty caught up pretty quickly with it. I just needed to get photos edited and ordered. So that's what I did. The video is really long because I have slowed down the footage. I just did a screen recording on my actual phone, so you're going to see that, and I slowed down the footage so that I can talk you through things. I want to be able to tell you what I'm doing, explain to you what I'm doing. Overall, the process that I went through took me about 30 minutes, and that was from start to finish. I organized, edited, and uploaded 3 months of photos. So if I do this at the beginning or the end of the month, it doesn't take me that long. Now, June's photos, I had I think less than 45 photos. For July, I had over 60. So also, depending on how many photos you're taking during the month, that's going to depend on the process as well. I do Project Life by the month. You have seen that. So I am able to understand kind of the way my photos are going to lay out in my album, and I'm doing it by the month. I'm not taking as many photos because I'm taking photos in that way. So I'm not taking 100 photos of one event. I know I just need a couple photos of it. So you're also going to see how I delete things, the photos that I delete, and then you will also see screenshots. I think we all probably at this stage in life, with our phones, we take screenshots of things to remember things, or I do editorial layouts. So you're going to see that whole process. It is just me on my phone. It's a recording of my phone, so the screen is going to be a little bit smaller. I will speed things up when I can and add music to give you an overview, but I really want all the footage in here for you to see. So this is the process of me from the very beginning ordering photos. I've taken the photos, they're all in my camera roll. I'm going to edit them. I'm going to delete the photos I don't need. I'm going to add things to the Project Life app. So you're going to see how I use that. And then I uploaded them, and I don't have them yet. They are done. I just haven't picked them up yet. So my goal was to do this part of the video and then actually show you dropping my photos into my album. But this video is way too long. The footage of editing and uploading the photos is over 40 minutes. So let's dive right in because this is already a long video. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments below, and let's dive in and get these photos uploaded and ready to get into our Project Life album. All right, let's dive right in. Here is my phone. We're going to dive into my camera roll, and you can see that I'm just scrolling up. I want to get to the very beginning of June. I put photo markers on my phone, so you can see right there, there's May 2023. It's a black box, and then there's one that says Week in the Life 2023. That was the end of Week in the Life, and then May starts. And then so I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to find June, and there is June 2023. I love adding photo markers so that I can quickly see where my photos are and what needs to happen. I provide those photo markers in my Simply Documented membership group. I post them at the end of every month, and I have a new set each year. So I'm diving into my photos now, and the first thing that I'm going to do is look to see if I have any photos that I know right away that I can delete. If there's duplicates, you're going to see there's 2 of these sunset photos. I really only need one of them. I don't need to keep both of them. So I'm going to pick the one that I want, and then I'm going to delete the next one. There are some photos here of my Uncle Brian who passed away in June. He was very much like a brother to me. We grew up together. I was raised by my grandmother, and he was only 10 years older than me, and so it was a really difficult in our family. And then I have these photos. I got them from Facebook. I just went onto his Facebook page. I saved these photos, and I want to do a layout in June. And so I'm just going through these photos here, and I'm deciding which ones I want to keep. And then I'm also going to use the Project Life app to, if they're a funky size, I'm going to use the Project Life app to get them into the right size. I will also do any of the editing that I want. Under normal circumstances, I would delete the ones that I didn't use, but because he passed away and these are the only photos I have of him, I'm going to go ahead and keep those on my camera roll. So the first step is just looking through June and seeing what I have. So here is a screenshot of my daughter. She has an Instagram account, and I screenshot that from her stories. So it was a photo that she shared from one of her friends. I wanted the photo to have that photo for myself, but also to add to her Project Life album. So I screenshot it. Now I'm going into the Project Life app. I'm choosing a 4x6 photo square right there. Then I'm going to add the photo of that screenshot right to that square. So I'm going to go find that photo. And this is how I do my screenshots, or if I'm taking photos from like other people, an Instagram story, a Facebook post, a photo that maybe isn't in a photo size. I don't really need the text that says "have a blast." I really just want the photo. So I'm going to enlarge that to fit into that 4x6 box. And then I will have the photo. It will print just like a 4x6. So I'm going to save that to my camera roll, and then I will delete the screenshot. You're going to see me do this a couple times. So in the Project Life app, now that that is in there, I'm just going to export it, and then it's going to ask me if I want to do the image. It will, and then I'm going to save it to my camera roll. I don't always save all of these things to my camera roll. I only save it to my camera roll if I'm going to print it. So now that I have that, I'll go back into my photos. I'm going to hit the little eye, so the circle that has an eye in it. Okay, first I'm going to delete, I think the first thing I'm going to do is delete the original photo. So I'm going to look, that's the date of that is June 28th, which is when I screenshot it. So now I'm going to go back down to the photo. I needed to get the date. So I'm going to go back down to the photo. The eye, the circle with the eye, is going to give me the information of this image. I'm going to hit adjust, and then I'm going to adjust the date of this photo so that it goes into my camera roll in the correct, the correct date. I'm on an iPhone. I don't know if an Android, I don't know if it has this ability, but I do know an iPhone does. So I'm just going to adjust the date of that, and then it will show up in my camera roll in the right spot. So I do that so that it's not, I don't want to think that this photo was taken in August or is part of my August Project Life album or part of Kayla's August Project Life album. I want it to be in June. So I'm going to delete the original screenshot, and then in my camera roll, you will see that now the photo that I added, or the edited portion, is in that same spot. So now I'm in July, because I'm going to do June, July, and I think I even do August, just because I was in here already. That is what I decided to do. So here I'm just adjusting the lighting on this photo. We got a Switch, a Nintendo Switch for our kids for the summer, and this was just a photo that I snapped of everybody playing the Switch during a heat wave. We were all in the living room and it was dark, and we had all of the like the lights off and the windows were all closed, and we were playing the Switch, and so it was a dark photo. So I do my editing in Pick Tap Go, which I first learned about by using the Project Life app. You can just get the app itself to do photo editing, and that's what I use on my phone to do all of my photo editing. So here I am in July. So of course we had the 4th of July, and so I have a lot of photos from the 4th of July. So I'm just gonna scan those when we did our parade. I'm gonna scan those and just see which ones I want to keep. I really liked this photo of Violet looking up at the camera, so I kept that one, even though it was two of basically the same photo. I went ahead and I kept that. So after I decide that those are the ones that I want to keep, I'm going to keep going. For the 4th of July layout, I am going to do that in the Project Life app, and you will see that. So instead of printing all of those, I will also have a Project Life app page that I will insert into my album. So then here are some photos of us. We went to the creek and the kids were playing in it, and I wanted to see what photos I had and then see what I needed to edit. So this particular photo, Violet was pulling her swim shirt down over her rear end. And so what I did is, because I have an iPhone and I have live photo turned on, I can pick my key photos. So I went in, I edited the live photo, and then I just found one that was a little bit more flattering of her moving her shirt down. If you have an iPhone, I highly suggest having the live feature on, because you can edit your photos and get better photos that way. A lot of times the photo that the iPhone will pick is the best one out of them, but there's also sometimes that I like to adjust that for that exact reason. In general, it's not a big deal, but just because I have the ability to do that, I do take advantage of it. So now I'm just checking out a couple other photos. I thought this was a good opportunity for me to be able to share with you how and why I take certain photos. I do not tend to take, or I don't tend to keep a ton of photos from the same event. This was us swimming. I had just been snapping photos, that photo of the kids getting out of the pool. I don't need that. I deleted it. Then there's a couple videos that I had on here, so I needed to make sure which ones were videos and which ones were photos. But again, I'm just scrolling through to see which ones I would like to keep and which ones I think are not necessary to keep. Like this was a video, so I just scanned over that. This next photo, see, I'm going to delete this one. I don't really need that one. This is that photo of Kayla putting chapstick on is definitely one that I would edit in the live feature to be a little bit more flattering. So then I'm through those photos of us swimming. So that was great. And then you can see I have a mix of screenshots on here, and then also pictures. So those right there that I'm looking at right now are of Kayla when that was her first driving lesson. So I want to keep all of those, even though they're not, like, they're at different angles, and I wouldn't necessarily need, and under normal circumstances, I wouldn't need to keep all of those photos, but because it was a special event, I wanted to keep the video and then the 3 photos that I snapped. So again, this is just a lot of looking at which photos are of what and deciding what I would like to keep. Again, July was photo heavy because we had lots of different things that happened. We had our fair, we had swimming, there was just lots of events. So here is an example of a screenshot that I took at our local fair because I want to enter photos next year. but I don't need it on my camera roll. So I've selected that photo. I'm going to add to a shared album. This is something, if you want me to talk more about shared albums, I will. I have a whole bunch of shared albums set up here. You can see I'm going to drop this under planner inspiration, just because it was the only place it really fit. And then I can delete that off my camera roll. So once I add it to a shared album, I actually don't need to keep it on my camera roll. And like I have one set up with my husband and all of our kids. So if he goes on a field trip with one of the kids, he just adds the photos from his camera roll to that shared album and it pops up for me. So I don't need to keep the ones on my phone that I add to a shared album. And you will see how I utilize that coming up. I utilize that a lot. I don't like a lot of duplicate photos to be on my camera roll. I also don't like to have a lot of photos on my camera roll. I really like to keep it really clean and really kind of tuned in is the best way that I know to say that. So I was going to go in and edit this photo, but I realized I already edited the photo the night of. So it took me a minute to realize I had already done the edits. You can see where it says revert in red down there in the bottom corner. That is an indication that I've already edited the photo at some point. Then there's a couple photos here. There's one of Violet and I, Andrew and I, Kayla and I. All those are blurry photos, but it's okay. I'm keeping all of those because every photo doesn't have to be perfect. So there you see, I am just going through the photos from the fair and deleting the ones that I don't need. This was one I snapped a couple photos of the moon to show Andrew. I was at the rodeo with Esau and the moon was really beautiful. And so I'm just deleting those photos because I don't need them anymore. There wasn't any special reason for the photo other than I just had wanted to show Andrew. He loves the moon. It's kind of our thing where we look at the moon together. And we're always excited about it. So those are the rodeo photos. And you can see that is the end of the July photos. Now, I think that I go into August because I did do August at the same time because I was already there. And this is where you're going to see where I use the Project Life app and I start deciding what photos I want to get enlarged. That's one of the main questions I always get is how do I get my larger photos? Like where do I get them printed and how do I create them? And the answer is the Project Life app. So here I'm doing a few more edits, which I just am making sure I have all of those done. And then we're going to jump into the Project Life app and I'm going to show you the photos that I have enlarged. So I know I want this one enlarged, which is of the Ferris wheel. So I'm doing a couple quick edits. I like to use the lights on, and then I also like the auto contrast one. Those are the ones that I use the most for my photo edits. It just makes it really easy. They're basic edits. You don't have to really know anything at all about editing photos. It's really about how you like the photo to look. If the photo is too dark, you can pop lights on and then it's easier to see it. It's, brighter. So I'm going to go into the Project Life app, and the first thing I'm going to do are my large photos I want in 12 by 12. I'm going to pick the editorial option, and then I'm going to change the layout, and I'm going to pick number 7. This is going to give me a 12 by 12 photo. Well, I can print it in a couple different sizes. I'm going to print it in 12 by 12. So this is going to give me the option to add the photo. So the photo that I just did all of my edits on, I'm going to find that photo and I'm going to drop it into the square right here. Now I can move it around. I can pinch it. I can make it larger. I'm going back and forth on which one I want to add. Which one do I want to be 12 by 12? And then once I make that decision, again, I can pinch it and make it the photo bigger. If I want to zoom in on it, this is just exactly how I want it. So I don't need to save this to my camera roll. I just need to import it and then, or export it. And then I don't need to save it to my camera roll. It just needs to sit in the Project Life app. And then I will order the print through the Project Life app. Now I'm going to keep this on my camera roll. I don't need to actually delete that photo. I want it to stay on my camera roll. So now you're going to see that I'm just going through and I'm looking for photos that I'm going to enlarge, because I want to be able to place one order on the Project Life app. I usually do this every other month because I don't like to pay shipping. I upgrade the shipping so it comes to me faster. And so because of that, I like to order every other month and then get 2 months worth of prints. Okay, so I'm just going to go through here and I'm going to look for the photos that I want to enlarge. As I'm doing that, the next thing that I'm going to do is start to clear off my camera roll. So I'm going to select the screenshots that I have. I'm going to add them to some shared folders, some on here. Like this is some planner stuff that I had taken a screenshot of that I wanted to add to my planner. I'm going to add that to planner inspiration. Then I'm going to delete that off my camera roll. Again, this is just a personal preference. I don't like my camera roll to be really crazy. I don't like it to have a lot of stuff on there. I don't like duplicate photos on there. This is my background to my phone, like my wallpaper. So I have a shared album that has, it's called, you'll see, seasonal wallpaper. So I'm going to add that to my seasonal wallpaper, and then I will delete that image off of my phone. So you can see that it really clears up my phone, like my camera roll. The other thing that I did in the month of August is I did some screenshots of things that were happening on Instagram. I liked the stories that I was watching or the things that I was liking. I wanted to document. And so I took a bunch of screenshots on Instagram. And what I'm going to do now is, let me think here. So, well, okay, we'll get back to the Instagram. What I'm doing now is doing some duplicate photos and adding them to a Project Life layout. So I really like this one here. This is the Design E. It's four photos, and they will print 6 by 6 because I will get this printed 12 by 12. And these were some photos on Facebook. I am part of our little community Facebook page, and somebody had been up in a plane and they had been taking photos of our town. So that literally, what you're seeing, that right there is the extent of our town. We live in the middle of nowhere, and our town is about 800 people. And you see that this message, low resolution, is popping up, and I'm just saying add it to the canvas. It's not going to affect the way the photo is printed. It will be totally fine. So I am adding that. You can see here, these are the photos that was the town, and then I am doing some edits on it. Again, I think I'm just doing the auto contrast, and I'm doing 4 photos. Some of them are higher elevation, so it looks smaller, and I'm going to have that printed 12 by 12, and then I will cut those 6 by 6 squares out, so then I will have 6 by 6 photos. So not only do I print through the Project Life app so that I can have 12 by 12 layouts or 12 by 12 photos or 10 by 10 photos, I also do this so that I can do 6 by 6 photos, or I could print this at a 10 by 10 page, and then these squares would be smaller. So I left all this in here so you can just see that I'm going in, I'm editing these 4 photos. It's going to be one layout. Towards the end of the video, I will show you how I order the photos, so you'll see my photo order for the Project Life app. The thing that I did in my camera roll after I had this page created is I deleted 3 of the 4 photos. So I really only need to have 1 of these photos on my actual camera roll. I don't need all 3. They're from different elevations and different angles, and that's not the thing that's the most interesting to me. The aerial view of our town is what is most interesting to me. Again, I took these photos from Facebook. It's something that I encourage you to do as long as you're not selling the photos or you know, reposting them in any vicious way. I take photos from Facebook all the time. I take photos from my friends. I take photos from groups. This was in our group. Our town has a Facebook group, and somebody posted them in the group, and I just clicked on it, saved the photo to my camera roll, and I have it. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my camera roll, and I'm going to delete the photos. So I apologize if this video is too long or if it feels like I'm repeating information. I just wanted you to get the whole picture of what I do and in the time that I do it. Again, this is slowed down so that I can talk you through it. It probably was about half of this. So it was about 25 minutes compared to the 50 minutes that this video is. And so I apologize if I'm repeating myself, but I just really want to be able to share with you the information. And if you have questions, please let me know. So I went into the Project Life app. I picked the layout that has 6 4x6 photos that are vertical. Now I'm adding my Instagram screenshots of the stories I was watching. So you can see there's the layout, and I'm just adding these screenshots, and then I will print this page as one page, and I will cut them apart. So I just, in the month of August, I want to document some of the things that I watch on Instagram, or some of the things that catch my eye or that I'm interested in. I just think it's a really cool piece of technology, and I wanted to find a way to document it. It's sometimes hard to document these pieces of technology that we use or that, you know, touch our heart or that we are excited about or, you know, whatnot. And so this is the way I'm doing it. I know it might seem weird to have other people that I don't know. I don't know Christy Wright. I don't know Mel Robbins. Like, I don't know these people and they're going to be in my album, but I know what it's about. And I will write what it's about when I'm doing it, when I'm putting it in my album, which you will see. So now I can delete the screenshots from Instagram that I don't need. And I think I do double check. I think one, I wasn't sure I got that Mario Kart one in there. I might I double checked that because I'm like, I'm not positive I added that. So I'll go back and I'll double check. I just have the app open when I'm doing this. So I see that I did it and it's totally fine. And we'll do the next pages. Okay, so next up, I'm going to show you how I do some of my editorial pages with these screenshots. I have a bunch of screenshots in here that are like different quotes. They're quotes or they are different things like that. And I use these, I do pages on them. They're in my, I'm sure you've seen albums from me from that. So what I do is I pick an editorial layout, and I don't give this much thought at all. I pick a layout where there's some journaling and then there's one photo spot. I'm going to drop in this screenshot that I have on my phone. And then I'm going to exit out of there. I'm not doing anything else with these. I will do the journaling to that page later, at a later time. My goal right now is to get all the screenshots off my camera roll. And so these can live in my Project Life app until I'm ready to do the journaling for these specific things. You'll see low resolution again, and that's fine. I'm going to add it. And then I can enlarge the screenshot. There's things that I see, different quotes, or, you know, that was like a little meme or something like that that touches my heart or that means something to me, and I want to be able to document it. I want to be able to scrapbook it. And so this is the way I do that. Now again, when I'm doing this, I am not giving all that much thought to it. I don't care about the layout. I'm not caring about anything except dropping these in. So this is one I'll do journaling about my anxiety. And so I dropped that into that. Mainly the thing that I'm choosing is the photo square and the amount of journaling I want to be able to do. If I need two photos, or if I need a long photo or a square photo, like depending on what the screenshot is will determine the layout I pick. And you can see I'm just very quickly going through this. Again, I'm not giving it much thought. I just know I want to get these off my camera roll. I want to get them into my Project Life app. I want to do the journaling before I order prints so that I can get all of it done at the same time. So I lost my place a little bit here. I think I'm looking for other screenshots that I may want, which they're right here. So I'll just drop that in. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is once I get all my screenshots done and into the editorial layouts, and then I delete all the screenshots that I don't need, I'm going to open up another layout. So this is a collage layout in the Project Life app. I'm happy to do some more tutorials on the Project Life app if anybody is interested. So I'm going to pick a layout, and this is going to be for my 4th of July layout. I am going to go into the kits. So the Project Life app has a feature for kits, which are just pocketed cards or images that you see here. I'm going to find my 4th of July kit, and I cut out scrolling through. I found my 4th of July kit. I'm going to put in a card at the top corner. And then I'm going to start dropping in my 4th of July photos for the 4th of July parade. So I knew that I wanted to, this is oftentimes what I do with events that are like this, where I have a lot of photos that I really want to be able to have. I will delete some of these photos, like this photo of the chairs all lined up. I don't really need that photo. I don't mind deleting it, but I will keep some of them. For the 4th of July parade, there was a couple photos of like the fire truck and like a part of the parade, like the actual parade that was happening. I will delete some of those photos and I will keep some of them. I'll keep a handful of them because I just think it's cool to be able to look back and see, you know, the way the parade was, you know, in years to come. But I don't need to have a photo of every single thing that happened during the parade on my camera roll. I just don't need to have that. So I will delete some of them. And then these are the photos of us. So they will go on this layout as well. And I will add those. This will be an entire collage page that I get printed. And it will be the 4th of July parade. And then probably on the back of this will be one of the enlargements. I don't know exactly. I don't have an exact plan when I'm doing this part of it. I have a semi plan. Like I know that what month it's going to be in. I know that I'll probably either have a traditional layout or an enlargement on the back of this, but that's basically the only things that I know. So I dropped the photos in. The great thing about the Project Life app is that you can move these around, and you're going to see that. Like I move this one around. I can make it bigger. I can zoom in. I can really decide what works best for the spots. And that's always really nice. And then also, I can get more photos on one layout. I won't do any of the journaling because I will do the journaling for this other places. But also, you don't always have to do journaling on your pages. I know journaling is hard for me, and I used to feel like you had to fill everything up. You had to have a journaling card. You had to journal every little moment, and it always held me back, and I struggled with it. Now, I don't care. I don't care if I put that whole collage page into my Project Life album, and I don't journal it at all. It will be fine. So same thing here. I'm just going to go through and double check to see what other elements I want. I know that I want a couple 6x12 photos. I want to get a couple of those printed, like that sunset. I want that to print 6x12. So this is the last piece I'm going to show you of the Project Life app or doing this. I'm going to go into the Project Life app, and then I'm going to select the collage feature. I'm going to select a new layout, and I'm going to scroll down, and there is a 12x12 layout right there that is, well, it's a square, and then you can do two photos. So the first photo I'm going to do is of the sunset. that really beautiful sunset. And this is specifically because I have an idea for a layout that I need 6x12 photos. So I'm going to print them this way. I'll print this print 12x12, and then I will cut this down and it'll be 6x12 basically. So I'm going to pick another photo, and I really wasn't sure what else I would do. So I just did one of my plants outside. And then I will print that 12x12 and cut those apart. Again, that's because I have a specific idea for the sunset, which you will see in a future video. And then I'll do something with the plant one as well. Okay, so moving on to the next piece of what I do is I'm just doing this with a couple things that I know I want Project Life pages for. So one of them is going to be I think the swimming that we did in July, and then a couple of my uncle, I will get enlargement and will get print, and so that I can print them. Again, when that pops up, this one is the one of my uncle. When that pops up that says low resolution, I never worry about it. I know the photos are going to print fine. I've never had an issue. I always just add the photo no matter if it says low resolution or not. And it always prints fine. Like, it's never a problem. I want these photos to be black and white, so I am going to go ahead and edit them in the Project Life app. So they'll be black and white and they will print black and white, but on my camera roll, they will still remain in color, which is totally fine. I don't mind doing it both ways. Like, I wouldn't mind if this photo was black and white on my camera roll, but it works to have it in the Project Life app, and then I don't have to worry about it. And I think the photo looks really beautiful, black and white. I love black and white photos, and I don't mind in my Project Life album mixing photos that are, or mixing layouts, or having months where I have black and white photo layouts and also colored layouts. So again, I'm just doing this right in the Project Life app using Pick, Tap, Go. I do not pay for it, so there is a version that you can pay for it. I do not. I have the free version and it works fine. So I will add this one last photo. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do for his layout. I have not thought that far ahead. Again, this was it was just hard when this happened. And so I know I want to do something for June, but I don't know exactly what. So I picked these 3 photos because they were the best for the layout the collage feature that I picked. These are the 3 photos that worked out best. Thinking about it, I may only use the top 2 photos. It may be something that I just only use those top 2 photos, and that will work fine. And then I'll just have the third, that long photo, I'll just have that printed, which won't be a big deal. Again, I don't need to save this to my camera roll. And in this case, I'm not deleting these photos. I want them on my camera roll. These are really the only photos I have of my uncle. So I'll keep those on my camera roll. Okay, so next, let's dive into what we're going to do next. You keep seeing that notebook because I keep going into my camera roll and it's showing my notebook was on my lap. So just so you know, that's why you keep seeing the notebook. Okay, so I'm just going to double check through here to make sure that I have all my edits done, and then anything else that I want to get enlarged.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
all of those figured out, then I'm going to go to current order. I'm going to see if what order I had. I don't know what that is. So I went ahead and I deleted that order. And then I'm going to order my prints. So I'm going to click on each one that I want to add to the order. And then I'm going to decide what size I want it. So you have the option between 8 by 8, 10 by 10, or 12 by 12. All of my enlargement photos I get done at 12 by 12. All of my editorial layouts I get done at 10 by 10. And so they're just different albums that they go into. So all these collage ones I get at 12 by 12. The other thing is how I keep up with my kids' album is I do it in the Project Life app. I do a double spread in the Project Life app for each month for each of the kids. So like in August, they each have 2 collage pages that make up one layout for that month. And that's what I do for my kids. I am in desperate need of getting caught up with my kids' albums. I am like in desperate need of it. I fell off the wagon when COVID happened. I had kept them all up to date up until COVID, and then everything fell apart. So I'm just showing you my editorial pages, or the pages that are in progress. And you see there's a lot of editorial pages where there's just a quote, or there's just, there's like not much there. And I will do all of that journaling, separate. I did not do that in this setting. I got all the photos put into the app to do an app or so that my app order was ready. And then I uploaded my photos to Snapfish and then had them printed. So that's the other piece that you, just really quick, a side note, you can see that these are all 4x6 photos that I've done in the app. I did also go in and clear all of that out. So the 4x6 prints, the 6x8 prints, I went in and I cleared all of those out. You can see here now they're all deleted. Because I don't need to keep those, particularly the 4x6 ones I clear out. So the editorial layouts I will do at a later time. And then this is the last page that I want to do here in the app, is just this of the, of our fair, of our little county fair that we had. I want to figure out the pages for that. And then here is a tip, another tip for the Project Life app. So here is a 4x6 print. And I have chosen the layout that is 2 3x4 photos by each other. So now I'm dropping in, this was a photo of Andrew. He won some Lego, he made some Lego things and he won some ribbons. So I have a photo of him standing in front of the display. And then I have another photo of one of the other items and his ribbons. Okay, so I put those together in the app. I'm going to save that to my camera roll, okay? Because I want to get more photos on a collage page than boxes are available, okay? So I'm going to save that to my camera roll because I want that 4x6 photo with the 2 3x4s on there. I want to access that. I'm going to go back into the app. I'm going to go back to that page that is in progress. So you go to library and then, oh, I'm doing another one. I'm doing 2 so I can access them both at the same time, but I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to find 2 photos that I want to go onto my collage layout, and I'm going to add them to one photo. It's like stitching the photos together. I'm hoping, I know that I'm not explaining it very well, but I'm hoping that when you're seeing it, it's easier to see. So I won some ribbons at the fair for some layouts that I did, and I wanted to showcase that as well. Now what I'm going to end up doing is changing this layout. I think that I do it right here. I'm zooming in and zooming out. I change this layout so that there's 4 photos on one 4x6. I love this feature in the app. I highly recommend having the app just for this feature alone. So I'm going to go into my in progress. I'm going to click on this page that I am working on. And in that one 4x6 slot, I'm going to add the 4x6 photo that has 2 photos on it. So now you can see up in the corner, there are 2 photos in that one slot. Now this is where I think I go back and I change what I'm going to do. I first realized I didn't save it to my camera roll. You have to save that photo to your camera roll so you can access it. So I'm going to go into 4x6. I'm going to go back. I'm sorry, excuse me. I'm going to go back to my photo with my layouts. I'm going to change this layout. I think I might be thinking about it here. I know I change it. It's hard when you film something and then you edit it later. You forget. Yeah, I'm going to change it to this layout here where there's 4 slots. I'm going to space those out. I will enlarge whatever I need to enlarge. I think I moved this one around. Yep, I'm going to enlarge this, center it, do all of that. And then I will add 2 more photos from the fair. The Project Life app is a very easy app to use. I love the feature of it being on my phone, accessing my camera roll. It just really makes things super easy. I'm going to go back to my fair photos. This is another moment where if this was a bigger event, I would add a photo marker. So I might add a photo marker that says Amador County Fair. And then I would be able to find all of my fair photos right away. Then I will add another photo to this. Right here. That was a screenshot. I might do something. No, I think this is the one I use. So I will add that, and then I will go back to so you want to make sure that you hit export, and then you want to make sure that you hit save to camera roll. That's the key in being able to access these. So I will go back and I will access this photo that is a 4x6 with basically 4 photos stitched on it, and I will add it to the original layout that I created. And then I will have more photos on that layout, which is really nice. I really love being able to do that, having that option. And then it takes up less space. The Project Life app is definitely a great way to take up less space in your Project Life album. It's not something I always worry about, but my album can definitely tend to get pretty thick because there's always a lot of things that I want to document. So I'll go back into in progress, and then I will click on, now that one's complete because I actually had all the photos in it. So I need to go to square collages. I will click on that, and then I will replace this photo image with the one that I want. So after this, what I did is I uploaded my photos. This is pretty much it. I've already edited my photos, and I know what I'm ready to upload. I upload to Snapfish, and I upload to the month. So when I create an album in Snapfish, I create like a June 2023 folder, and then I upload all of my June 2023 photos into that folder, and then I order that. Then I create a separate folder and upload my July photos and order that. Then I create another folder and add August and order that. I picked my photos up at Walmart. So I upload them to Snapfish, but then I pick them up at Walmart so I don't pay shipping on them, so that works out. I hope that you have enjoyed seeing this video. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I will be back next week dropping my photos in. There are 2 other videos here on the screen that you can check out. I would love for you to do that. If you would like, please give this video a thumbs up so YouTube will be nice to me. And I will catch you in my next video. I hope you all have a wonderful day.